Hello, friends. Thank you for being with us. I have my friend Laura with me. We may be joined by my friend Cheryl, and we may be joined by another person, but it's all perfect, just the way it is. And I just really appreciate anyone who finds me, finds us, because we're all part of the same being. And I just want to say how much I appreciate it. I'd like to start out with a little bit of a prayer, and then I will talk a little bit about what has been going on with me, and then we'll do some light language, and then we'll see what happens. Dearest divine universe, we thank you for all of those beings from wherever they visit, who are going to visit us in the future, who are visiting us now, and who have visited us in the past. This is a work of love. We are doing this because we wish to increase the love that is in the world, and from a very gentle and kind perspective. We thank you for being here. We give honor to all who are part of this. Thank you in our deepest gratitude. Amen. So this week has been an interesting week. I've been very busy. I had experienced some healing that had to do with medical trauma. I think I shared with you when that medical trauma was uncovered. And I have experienced healing, which has completely freed up some resistance and interference with me having medical attention. In that, I didn't realize it, but I was afraid of doctors and dentists due to some things that happened to me as a child and as a young adult. And so when that was healed, then I was free to actually see a doctor that I trust, get whatever medical attention. I'm not someone who needs a lot of medical attention. I take one prescription for thyroid, and um, I've agreed with myself to allow myself to be monitored, because I am 77 years old, and my daughter would like for me to be more closely monitored. So in her honor, I saw a doctor, and I had some medical appointments this week, and did a lot of different errand runnings and so forth. And that was a little bit uncharacteristic for me. So I did that. So it's been a busy week. I also have experienced some breakthroughs in telepathy with my daughter, especially. And the kind of telepathy, I don't hear her, she doesn't hear me, but we realize that with only minor time differences, like there was an experience about beads that I ordered, and I ordered the beads, and then with the idea of making some Christmas jewelry with her. And the next day she came over, I showed her the beads, and then she said, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. I was just looking for those exact same beads on Amazon. And so I know that we were joined together telepathically because we had not discussed that, and we had not discussed making the type of Christmas jewelry at all. But yet we were both on the same page. And there have been 2 or 3 other things that are clearly telepathic communication. And I'm thrilled with that because I'd really like to develop that. I believe we all have that ability. We've just kind of lost it or forgotten it. The other thing that just happened, so last night I heard sounds, sounds that were not visitors, at least not extraterrestrial visitors, but I let my mind be creeped out about these sounds, and I looked around and I made up these stories in my head that uh was it a raccoon? Had a raccoon gotten in here? Uh was it a snake? I my mind went all sorts of places. And so I was really creeped out for some amount of time. And a friend of mine has just shared that she was creeped out by something that happened. And what happened with me, though, is pretty much I was probably creeped out for maybe a half an hour. And this was like 5 o'clock in the morning that all of this happened. And it was just about a half an hour. And I heard the sound again. I looked over and there was a little mouse, which is something that happens. I live in an apartment. It's getting a little bit chillier outside. They have access points that I have no idea where it is. So I pull out traps that are humane and I try to rehome them. But the thing was, this mouse showed me, no, it's not a raccoon, it's not a snake, it's a little mouse. I don't happen to be afraid of mice. I I don't want to live with them, but I'm not afraid of them. So I get out my peppermint oil and so forth and take natural precautions to discourage them from visiting me. My friend had something happen that alarmed her, and she um, continued to be alarmed. So we talked about having her angels surround her with protection and surround her with the companionship that is going to discourage that kind of creepiness to come into her life. And what I suggested was that as soon as she asked for that help, she let it go because the feelings, if you keep feeling that and you keep bringing it through in your mind, you're going to stay with that emotion, that yucky feeling. So I thought it was very interesting that we had some parallel creepiness, if you will. So that happened not too long ago. The other thing that has happened, and I'm jumping to a completely different subject, I have been asked my opinion about the Three Eye Atlas, uh, which I have to, I want, it seems to want me to call it AI Atlas, but I know that's wrong, and I am signaled that's wrong. But it's the third interstellar object that has been found. That's the Three Eye, and Atlas is the name of the telescope or the facility that noticed it first in July. So it has been an interesting process, and I have been asked, and I have to admit and disclose that I have watched several different sources that I trust to give me information about this being. And I normally do not watch many other sources. I do watch 3 channels. I watched Kelly Kolodny, who channels Archangel Raphael. I watch Nancy Gregory, who works with the blue light beings. And I watch Dr. David Clements, who is a scientist who I just find fascinating. He works with Pleiadians and Arcturians and other beings. So, and I have happened upon some scientists who are also astrologers and a bit woo woo, if you will, who have looked at the patterns of the three eye atlas and all the things, the coincidences and the the anomalies uh, that are present with this being. My personal opinion is that this is an intelligence, that it has a purpose, and it's benevolent. And I know that many have connected, and there are those who are saying that they want us to connect with this beingness. So I have asked uh, the aspects of love who I channel to bring them through if they're not already part of it. And I feel that's a little bit confusing because I feel like this is another dimension. I feel it has a purpose and a mission, but that is to help awaken this planet and other planets. I feel like it's very ancient. Some of this I've heard from other sources, but it also, I don't, anything that does not resonate with me, I don't hold on to. So, what I'm saying also resonates with me. So, we'll just see what happens there. And so what I want to do now with me telling you what I've been up to this week, and I think I'm ready to go into channeling some light language, and then we will open up for the aspects of love and whoever they invite to come through with any messages. And here we go. I'm gonna take a little drink of water. Okay. I invite the language of light and love to come through me with gifts for all who are with us physically, spiritually, intentionally, in whatever way. We thank you. Abida, tapasiti tikadata niya. Sa tikatapaya tata eti eti amanaka shikata ayate laya namakata iska ayate hasayapetiatiata taisni e tiana aketiata ta tiamanaka se itiata. Greetings, dear friends. We are happy to be with you this evening and share with you all the information that we can bring forth, share with you any suggestions, but share with you primarily our love and our support. We are the aspects of love. We are a conglomeration of many beings who bring their loving aspects, the part of them that is the most loving, to to bring messages to this gathering, whatever this gathering is and becomes. We understand that there are many, many, many changes happening rapidly on your planet. There are planetary changes where your dear Mother Gaia is readjusting. Uh, Picture her stretching her physicalness and readjusting. It's like she's with a chiropractor who is adjusting all her uh, muscles and bones and moving things around for her and releasing traumas from her that she has suffered over many, many, many eons. These traumas, of course, began with the formation itself when she was bombarded in order to form the beingness that she has become. She is part of the oneness of the universe, and she is part of this awakening process that you are all in. She is in her own cocoon, but experiencing it a little differently from how you are experiencing it, except that she is releasing pains and traumas in the same way that you are. But she is able to release these things because she has not been in the state of forgetfulness. She has been patiently waiting for this time that she may readjust and be reborn, if you will, into the beautiful. She's always been beautiful, but the blossomingness of her beingness. So she's busy doing these upgrades as you are. The all of the beings are having these upgrades. You may have noticed that animals are more aware of you. They may be communicating their love and sometimes their fear because they pick it up from you. Uh, for instance, the some people are afraid of some beings in the forest, and that is part of the natural way. Um, but understand that when you are in fear, they know that, and they are in fear also. So like, for instance, if you would walk up onto um, a mountain lion and you're going to react with fear, and that signals the mountain lion to also react in fear. That so the energies that we share are also shared with animals. So the animals that are domesticated are showing you more love. You've noticed and seen um, pictures on your media that show animals that are helping to rescue and humans that are helping to rescue animals that are caught. That just you're noticing. We don't have to go into it much deeper, but you're noticing that things are changing in the animal world. You may not notice that things are changing in other worlds, in the world of insects and those little beings that are inside of the earth, because you're not particularly friends with these animals and you don't understand them. They're very, but they are also changing. The trees are changing. The weather is changing. Everything is going through this upgrade that is part of the awakening of your planet. The humans have the biggest part of this because they have decided at the beginning that they were going to have the lessons that are beyond instinct and all the things that animals and beings use. They just, beings use their natural abilities to grow and learn and so forth. But humans have to interact with other humans, and that there has been a setup of all kinds of rules and separations that you are all learning from. You have polarity. You've probably not seen any polarities in the same way with trees and flowers and so forth. But you have chosen to experience the separation so that you can eventually, as you awaken, remember that you're not separate. So that's the process you're going through, is you are remembering that there's no reason to be polarized, but you're not there yet. But that you have assistance. You have assistance from all manner of beings. We have been part of the assistance network. We have supported you and loved you and just tried to assist you by answering questions and giving you information. And now we have the assistance of a beingness that you have named 3I Atlas. And incidentally, there are other parts of that beingness that are entering your atmosphere. They have not been identified as interstellar. And that's because they really are not. They're not the same thing as the 3I Atlas. The 3I Atlas is a beingness that has come from many, many, many years, light years, whatever measurement you might want to use. Just know that it has come a very long way to be here at this moment in time and lining up with certain planets at this period in your growth. It is an energetic being. We're going to call those other beings that are around that have been identified as comets, that there are more. There's a cluster of comets in the within your solar system at this time. We're going to call them batteries, not in the way that you understand batteries, but frankly, you do not understand the technology that is included in this interstellar, interdimensional beingness that is Three Eye Atlas. It is it is intelligence. It is living in a different way, in a different dimension from what you understand. But it is here in full benevolence, in full love, helping to gradually work with the sun and the other planets, because of course the planets each one have their personality, if you will, and they interact, as you have noticed in both your astronomy and your astrology. That this beingness is working with the resident planets, the residence comets, and it has brought its intelligence and its energies and its all of its beingness to interact with these other planets and soak your planetary system with beautiful, uplifting, changing energies, frequencies, whatever you wish to call it. The the being itself is ancient. It is guided by an intelligence. It has a dimensionality. It is not something that you understand. It is, as your scientists have noticed, an anomaly. So we are not able to really explain because it is beyond your understanding at this point. But just know that it is here to help, to assist in benevolence, in love, in a little different way. It's very mission oriented and has been for eons and eons. This is not the first planet that it has helped. So that is what we can show about your visitor, the Three Eye Atlas, and his companions of the comets that are more local and younger, we would say. So we will ask this planetary being if it would share some of the light and love that it can communicate through our channel and see what happens. That we have connected with it, but it is a different, it has a different mission and yet a similar mission, but we are separate but not separate. Think in terms of your heart and your lungs. They are very close to each other and they work together, but they have different functions, different missions. So that is how we're going to explain the difference between us as the aspects, because we bring support and love, and they are bringing pure awakening, pure awakening. So, but we're going to ask them if they would share some of the direct energy and the light that they're bringing to us, and we'll see what comes of it. Meanwhile, we thank you for being here. It is always our pleasure to spend this time with you. And now we will invite our friends to come through. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no. We thank our friend who's been named Three Eye Atlas for sharing. Thank you. We will now open for any questions that might arise. Does anyone have a question?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to discuss the changes. And will this affect every being on the planet and throughout the solar system?
Yes, it will affect every being on our planet and through the solar system, but of course, in different ways and in different timings, because your planet is a planet of free will. So there may be those who are not ready, and there may be those who are lagging behind so that they can be assistance to those who are not ready. The everyone gets to experience this in the way that they are meant to experience this. We suggest that you look in every nook and cranny in your beingness for anything that needs to be healed. There is some urgency at this point to heal as much as you possibly can, which means keeping yourself at the highest uh, frequency that you can, because not just for you, but when you are at a higher frequency, everyone around you is assisted by that frequency. So find those little things that have been hidden from you. Don't don't beat yourself up about that, but notice when you are triggered, that is the time for you to ask, what in me do I need to heal? Because that has caused me to be triggered by that. Aches and pains. Why is my body not um, feeling at its best right now? What it is it trying to tell me? You will be experiencing more and more gifts, so be ready for them. Does that help you?
Yes, thank you. Um, And can we request more healing or more ways to open our minds or our understanding?
Absolutely, that is the best way. When you are confused, instead of staying in that confusion for more time than you need to, ask, tell me, give me something, and then listen. You may need to develop your listening skills. Many who are out there who may see this at another time may need to um, learn how to quiet themselves and listen and be patient, and most of all, to trust. Each one of you is perfect just the way you are, but your experience will be more joyful, more perfect, quicker, the more you clear away all the old things that you might be carrying, both of your own and of the previous ancestral lines. So if you have a pain and you ask, and the answer comes that that happened when you broke your bone, you say, "Oh, I didn't break my bone." That's because your mother, your grandmother, somebody in your line may have broken that bone, and you are just asking for that healing to happen for that bone. Was that understandable for you?
Yes, it's very helpful. Thank you.
Do you have other questions?
Not that I can articulate, but thank you.
Uh, we will say that all of the organs of um, the body that is the oneness are working toward your upliftment, your evolution, your transformation, your transmutation, your metamorphosis into this new place. That in the new place, in the new world, in the new earth, whatever you want to call it, it's not going to be without its challenges, but you will have a different perspective of how to look at these challenges. You will lean on each other for support, and you will understand more about it as you grow, because you will grow and grow and grow. Your soul will always be growing, because that is the nature of your beingness, is to expand infinitely. So we thank you for this time. We thank you for the love that you give to us as we give freely to you. We thank you for your loyalty to our mission that we are working through our channel, Kathleen. And we wish to thank our friends at the Three Eye Atlas, who have given us a little taste of what he is about. We love you. We support you. We will be with you. We cannot wait, those who of us who have those physical properties that are called ETs. We cannot wait till we are able to gently be with you and introduce ourselves and become the friends physically that we are spiritually now. Thank you so much. We love you. We support you. Don't forget to ask. Tata, siya tata mea tatakoti te kakita anyama katikati a siya na ete abatakata to ti ti anana madike ete a siya tata a te ya te te petikiti a siya na ayal ayata patakasika ya tata amea ke a hanyana make ete. Mm.